And joining me in studio is my first guest, Mr. Mike Manahan. He's a spokesman for Gazoo Energy Corporation, and stock symbol's GAZU. Mike, always good to see you.
Don, thanks very much. Glad to be here.
It's been a 3 weeks since we last had you on a program. For those who might have missed you the first time, why don't you tell us again what Gazoo does?
Sure. Gazoo's focus is to be an incubator and an investor in alternative energy projects. We've got a particular focus on solar energy, on wind energy, but the idea really is to take advantage of those new technologies and new methods and ideas for solving the energy solutions that we're faced here in the United States.
So basically, if I read that correctly, what you're looking for are these either these new inventions, these new concepts to make solar energy more viable, to make wind energy more viable, and then basically, as an incubator, you help bring these things to market.
Absolutely. You know, this is America, and it is entrepreneurs with new ideas who take something and make it better, improve upon it, and finally make a solution work. And that's really what we're interested in. Those entrepreneurs, those small, emerging young companies that have better ideas, better ways of doing things, and that are really going to allow us to get off the dependence on foreign oil for our energy sources.
We know, Mike, next week we're going to be on location in Scottsdale, Arizona for the Accredited Members Small Cap Conference, very prestigious conference there. I understand that Gazoo's also going to be there. What are you bringing to the show?
Well, we're very excited about the show. We are bringing basically the prototype of one of our maglev wind turbines. Now, this isn't going to be a full-scale model. It's kind of a part-scale model, but we're going to be able to demonstrate that on site and demonstrate how we've got a technology that really is better at producing wind energy than the typical propeller on a stick that you see at the existing wind farms.
Well, I noticed, I've seen, and you can go to the website GazooEnergyGroup.com, and you can see a video of this wind turbine, and it's cylindrical in shape, and I guess it replaces what? Many hundreds of these propeller types that you're talking about, right?
Well, it's got a number of advantages. It is more cost-effective to run because it has less moving parts, less parts to break down. Its life expectancy is 3 to 4 times that of a typical propeller on the stick. It is because it's basically magnetically levitating, similar to the bullet trains in Europe and Asia. It actually has a higher efficiency ratio. So for the same amount of wind, it's actually generating more electricity. And in addition, it has a much smaller footprint in terms of the amount of land that you need in order to put the system.
I see. Now, Mike, you know, you and I have known each other for a long time. I know you're not a preacher. I don't think this is a Bible, but that's quite a volume you have in front of you. What are we looking at?
Well, this is literally thousands of pages of information and research as to how our wind turbines can be used to generate electricity, all the rules, the regulations, the appropriate land areas that are most ideally suited for wind farms. And I really only brought this along to say, hey, this isn't an idea in somebody's basement. The turbine exists. Wind energy is recognized as a viable source of energy, and now it's all about doing it better, more efficiently, and more cost-effective. And that's the stage that we're at right now.
What I find most intriguing about this cylindrical turbine that we're talking about, and again, you can see a video of that at GazooEnergyGroup.com, is that what you said about using less land. Because, I mean, when you see these propeller-driven things like this out in Southern California near Palm Springs or Tehachapi, California, there's literally thousands of them. And they're all spinning, some aren't spinning, but this can replace a great number of these, correct?
Well, absolutely. The typical wind propeller-driven system requires about 65 acres. The equivalent amount of electricity producing with our system only requires 30 acres. And you may ask why that is. Because a typical wind propeller creates turbulence in the air. So if you put the next wind propeller too close, you lose a substantial amount of efficiency, because that wind going through that first propeller the wind dissipates and goes off in all directions for the second propeller, so you have to have it far enough away that the wind can basically regroup. Otherwise, your next propeller is losing 20, 30, 40% of the efficiency. And that's the reason why you need huge distances and a lot more land. With our turbine, you don't run into that problem.
Once again, Gazoo Energy Group Incorporated, GAZU is their stock symbol. Mike, great story. We'll see you in Scottsdale.
You bet. Thank you.
Take care.